Our view of the literature shows a gap in how Eric Puziwar's Analogia Entis, or analogy of being, connects to real human experience. Theologians like von Balthasar, Pidel, and Ragus explain the balance between God's greatness and creation's dependence, but not how that balance actually shapes the way we live and adore God each day. So I asked whether Puziwar's analogy can show that our relationship with God isn't just a theory, but a living rhythm that leads creation into worship. To this, I answer that it can. Because whenever we recognize our likeness to God, we also discover an even deeper difference that calls us to humility and adoration. I say this because, first, creation mirrors God's beauty, but never His fullness. The world points towards Him, yet reminds us we're not the source of our own existence. Second, Christ is the perfect example of this rhythm, fully divine, fully human. In Him, heaven and earth meet without losing their difference. And third, adoration is where the analogy finds its meaning. When we adore, we don't try to master God, we simply stand in awe, grateful for the gift of being alive. Objections include the following. Some say the analogy makes God too distant. Others claim it's too abstract to live by. And still, others think Christ's unity break the idea of greater dissimilarity. To this, I answer that, first, the analogy protects mystery. It keeps us from reducing God to our own level. Second, it's practical, whenever we live with reverence and gratitude. Finally, the third, Christ doesn't cancel the difference. He fulfills it, showing that God's nearness and mystery belong together. To conclude, Briziwara's Analogia Entis reminds us that creation reflects God, but can never contain Him, and that truth moves us, not to control, but to adore. Because in the end, to exist is already to receive, and to adore is simply to give thanks for the gift of life itself.